not taking pay. They step in your house every day. We not talk every day, but say they won't go killing us every day. As soon as our guys join us from the US, we'll be jumping straight into the program, the Nighttime Spain. They say they want new press. I think our man Solomon Baca Reeves is already in. Let me try to put him through. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so but the price say no. Plenty people they. Good evening, Solomon. You getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you. Are you getting me? Are you getting me?
Yeah, sure. Loud and clear. You getting me?
Okay. Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you very much and good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
And I want to say good evening to our wonderful people of Mama Liberia. And of course, not forgetting my own We Nation. All Liberians in the diaspora. I would like to welcome you to our podcast where we discuss issues regarding Mama Liberia, how best we can resolve it. So it is a pleasure to be here from our end of Radio LRB through Freedom FM.
Okay, series of development yet happening in Liberia and across the world with the way the country is moving. I don't know what's our discussion for tonight.
I don't know. I didn't check our chat room to see whether there's anything there, but whatever we can come up with, that'll be fine. When you talk about development, you mean happenings, or you talk about?
Yes, of course, happening within Mama Liberia. As you all know, today the former president George Weah visited the late Nelson Doe residence, and he gave the bereaved family 2 cows, 50,000 and 50 bag of rice, but it was rejected by the late Mami Doe. That's the late Doe. That's her daughter. The cow was rejected.
It is not surprising to me. In fact, if I were the family, I was not going to take any penny from former president, current president. I wouldn't have done that. So we will continue to have lived the life we've been living. Continue that way. I wouldn't have accepted anything from any of them. So I was expecting that as well.
So and it is 5,000 with 50 bags of rice with 2 cows was rejected, and what really happened caused a stir today in Liberia. If you pass every corner, people are talking about that. And also in Liberia, the 4 jailed lawmakers in person of former Speaker J. Fonanti Kofa and Dixon Sibo of District 16, Jacob Dibi of Grand Julia County, Abu Pana Kamara of District 15, Monserrado County, and they were all released today on bail.
Again, that was not a surprise to me. I know what is unfolding. I know where for fact that what is unfolding is normal, especially in the history of Liberia. People are not just paying attention to that. So it is not surprising. They were incarcerated or detained for what I would consider lack of knowledge, in a sense that Fonanti, being a lawyer, practicing lawyer, knowing, and everybody, even you know that anybody who is arrested on Friday, there's a possibility of them not coming home until Monday. So where they have somebody say, okay, police say, okay, of course today is not arrest, but we want to do some questioning. So come to so on Friday. My lawyer would have said, okay, thank you for the invite. Today is we are preoccupied with other stuff, including fellowshipping or celebrating with our Muslim brothers who have their festivals and things like that. But Thank you for the invite. We will be there. Monday at so and so time, Tuesday at so and so time. It was not a writ of arrest. It was not a warrant served. But they went there. In fact, they got there before uh, the actual uh, place was opened. Usually they open around 10 o'clock.
Mhm.
When I was doing my fat funny about how the judiciary, the executive, and the legislative body, when they come to work, when they do all this stuff, I know exactly 10 o'clock. That's when you can get most of them there. But I heard that Fonati and his crew, Fonati, were there around 9 o'clock, and what have you. And those people did not come in until later on. And by the time they came in, they was getting ready to come out and said, no, no, we got to say yes so that we can go through what we're going to go through. So that's what I said before. When it comes to his political calculations, he was off. He was off
Mhm.
by making the decision before session really began, when the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the rule of law. I mentioned that, and of course, as a lawyer, for him to make himself to be caught up in a trap set by the opposition or the government, that was something that I said I challenged. The way he looks at things, it's not play that the people do in the country. So I'm very, very aware of that. And I said Liberia does not like strong opposition. The history is there from the Republican Party and the True Party. And of course, the strong opposition party at the time, which was the Republican Party, they banned that party. The True Party became one party state until after about 100 years. Uh, then we started getting into multi-party democracy. And then, of course, when the TUI party was toppled back in the 80s, uh, when they have the coup d'etat, then
Mhm.
we had the People's Redemption Council. When the People's Redemption Council was on, they did not want any challenges from student government, from any government, uh, for any opposition. So there were degrees made, got a degree 88A and blah 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 blah. Maybe some of you guys were not born, or maybe you don't know about that.
Mhm.
So of course, student government was banned at the time. I was in a student government at the Liberia Christian High School, and prior to that, I was in student government at the Gobley high school system in We Nation. So all of those things happened, and when the PRC became the INA, similar thing was going on. Um, because I was talking about fairness and things like that. I almost lost my life in the act. Thank God I had an uncle that was working at the airport. I was able to leave the country to come over here. And then from that time, everybody that was True Party, they became NDPL. NDPL did not want any opposition. Other political parties that were doing opposition, even through before the end of the True Party, when Baka Matthews and Tipote and the rest of the other people, they were trying to be a strong opposition in the country. They silenced them, and of course, Baka Matthew, they were sent to jail and what have you. So the country has a record of uh, resistance to strong opposition, and that's why I thought the CDC are going to be cognizant of those things, so that whatever they do, they will do it uh, uh, in a way that they will not be victim of what been going on in Liberia. That's exactly what the people do. They used to have the PRO, and the PRO was special uh, informative body that was sent by Todman. They used to go around. Uh, I was very, very young then, but my father used to tell me, and I used to see some of those people, and they just gather information regarding the government. If somebody say anything about the government, you will be arrested and all this stuff. So it is that is something that is part of the Liberian history, the Liberian politics, and uh, of course, those of us that were born in the 60s and things like that, we started growing up in the 70s, but we're good. But in the 80s, we got to know some of the things that were going on. So for Natis, you know better. And majority of other people over there, even if they were born in the 90s or in the 80s, they should know that is a trend in the government. So that's what I say. I'm not surprised by all those things that are going on.
So and right after the release of the former speaker, he spoke to the press and with a very strong word. I want you to took a very I call it listen to the former speaker with this strong word coming up for him.
You take the IG's word for it. He decided to
Okay,
bring this case based on a basket
I'm coming. Let me take it from the top. This is the
of
former speaker.
evidence, of innuendos, lies, and misstatement. And in the next few weeks, as we go through the preliminary hearing, we will deconstruct those lies and be able to put together a defense that is worthy of what we've done. It's a place for human beings. Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. Please. As long as we're not going to use zero. As long as we're in a political battle, it's a political win.
So that is the former speaker Fonati Kofa saying that all the charges against him is lies. It's a lies. It's a plan. It's a calculated plan by the government to actually bring him down. What's your take on it?
Well, the thing is, again, I keep saying this is a norm, a culture, a way of life. Government not wanting strong opposition.
Okay.
Sebuakai grew up, was a full member, followed the dictates of the True Whip Party. That's why the True Whip Party government did for many, 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 many years. We all saw that even within the True Whip Party, if you were somebody that was challenging other people that had the power, they will haunt you, they will kill you, and all of that. They will overthrow you, even if you are in leadership. So it is part of the norm. But just that those of us who were born in the 60s and grew up mostly in the 80s or maybe 70s, we are aware of some of those stuff. Now that we say we have some sort of multi-party system, and of course, Liberians, when we hear something, we just get into it without really understanding it. Because we say multi-party system, Liberia has what 15 counties or so, and if you look at the political parties in Liberia, they are more than even the counties. So that's how we understand when they say, "Oh, this is a multi-party system," and what have you. The speaker made a point as somebody who is aware of the situation in the country, but not cognizant, mindful of the system, thinking that, oh well, we are now it's a new dispensation. Government will not do what they used to do before, and what have you. If anything, quote unquote, the international community watching, or the U.S. embassy watching, or the French embassy watching. Those are, I mean, of course they're watching, but what are they going to do? Nothing. It's internal conflict, and it is internal conflict, especially if it is in their interest. Of course, we all know that government is about interest. Any foreign country, including the United States, if you have anybody who is not in the interest of the American government, they will do everything to find somebody that will be in the interest of the American government, any government for that matter. So we all are aware of that. The statement the speaker made is common. Of course, they're going to set up a strong legal team. Now, when you talk about legal team is backed by somebody who believe in the dictates of the law. You have this government who has been transgressing. I think that is a strong biblical word. Uh, uh, the rule of law, the court system. So you can get all the lawyers you want to, as long the government say, well, the person is guilty. The person is guilty. Well, you go to ECOWAS court. ECOWAS court and say, okay, the person is guilty. What are they going to do? Because this is the same government when the ECOWAS court ruled in the interest of some Liberians that felt that their rights were being violated, including the late Nancy Doe, and the Liberian government did not do anything. But now that she's dead, then Liberian government want to do whatever they want to do, whether a former president Weah or Ellen Johnson Sirleaf or the current president. I mean, the frustration contributed towards the demise of this lady. So if I was one of the family members, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, bygone be bygone." We want Liberian. We do so. Yeah, we want Liberian when my mom or my sister or my aunt, as a former first lady, the first indigenous first lady, and you have indigenous president of the president we are, and who are very, very close to this person. I understand when politics came and how they were going after him. They want to destroy his family home, that he was in relationship with quote unquote Doe's daughter, and all of those stuff. They came up. I was not in the country, but those things came up, and we heard all of those stuff. They wanted to tarnish his a possibility of becoming president. But the Liberian people did not listen to whatever the people were doing. And of course, that would make anybody to distance himself from the family that you are close to. So I understand the position of President Weah when it comes to the family. But the law is the law. If the person is entitled to certain things and the law says the person is entitled to it, whether you and the person have good rapport or not, that is an entitlement. And this is what I said. I would have rejected anything from any president, anybody for that matter, even refusing state burial or funeral, all of those stuff. I would have refused it. My family would have refused it. We'll be fine, and that would be it. So people can talk about it all they want. It has political implication. It has family implication and other stuff. So that's why I said I was not expecting anything less than what the Doe family did to President Weah. I was a little bit embarrassed when I saw Bagai there. And of course, Bagai and the daughter, they were sitting together. I don't know whether a photo up. I don't know. But I saw that going on. But I would have done the same thing. Probably maybe the reason why they rejected this stuff is that Doe took President Weah like a baby, I mean, younger brother or son or, or what have you. And when he came to power, when government ruled in favor of some of the things that the person was entitled to, please check the line to see whether one of our what Masale is back because he's calling me. Is he there?
No, Masale is not yet, and also Tunis is not here yet.
Okay, so that's why I'll say all of the stuff. And again, the speaker, it's good, but what is it going to yield? The people want to remove judges because they are not really in their interest. They have just a minister that's going to be in the interest of the people, but he's controlled by the same regime. So I don't care what kind of lawyer you bring. The lawyer will still do whatever the government wants for them to do. But CDC should be very, very, very mindful that all these people want to do is to get at the strong political leader of CDC. And everybody that is closer to CDC, they will get them. And then they will see that President Weah will make a move. And when President Weah make a move and CDC make a move, they're going to charge CDC for insurrection, for all kinds of crimes. They will even say that they want to overthrow government and other than they charge them. And they have the right to ban the political party. That is a history of Liberia. And this is where this government is heading. Based on my short life that I've been in Liberia and being a Liberian, that has been the protocol when it comes to our government. They don't want strong opposition. They don't want it. They silence them. Now that the Unity Party, they have brought on board the Liberty Party. Liberty Party can't stand on their own anymore. Probably they will just be there so that when election comes, they say that different political party. But the voices of Unity Party, they are embedded in they are embedded in Unity Party, for example.
Mhm.
The political leader, my own friend, a family member, sister, if you will, Madam Kanga Lawrence,
Mhm.
political leader, embedded in the Unity Party. Then my own brother, we used to play. He's a good drummer. I can always tell people Darius Dillon is a good drummer. Play drums very well. We used to go there to the church. Uh, at the time, I played a little guitar and keyboard, and then my other friend John Harris. We used to go there and have a good time in the Lord, a practice, and what have you. So I know him. Probably he may not remember me or know me, but that's the he who used to be one of the voices of the Liberty Party. They are embedded in the Unity Party. And then, of course, the other one from Nima Kante, this CDR, I think that is the name of that party, Prince Johnson Party. The vice president, who was one of the strong member of that party, is now embedded with the Unity Party. Koga is embedded with the Unity Party, and then of course some of the True Party people, they support the Unity Party, so they don't have any strong opposition besides CDC, and this is what we are seeing unfolding. What happened back in the 1800s or early 1900s? This is what resurfacing, and I know for sure, but the president can prove me wrong, that he was not TWP, True Party partisan. But I know for sure they were, because my father was part of the True Party and other those stuff. So that's the same trend they're taking. And our people, they should be very mindful and be on top of the game. That's the only way we survive. And that's the only way we do things. The reason things are normal in the country, yes, our President William has a peaceful character, a peaceful nature, but people are not doing what they are doing, because when we put politicians in power, they don't get time for the people that put them there. You saw President Weah was appealing, say we cannot employ everybody, but those of you who have the job from CDC, you look out for your people.
And that did
Whatever,
not
pardon me?
and that did not happen.
It never happened. So, and some of those people that they couldn't even get anything from there. Some of them, they were able to get some kind of job with the Bouaka administration. So what they are doing is cementing their grip. So nobody want to go over there and say, okay, I'm going to kill myself for Ascara Gray or for whatever a CDC or partisan. I'm not going to demonstrate for them and what have you. If anything happens to me, they're not going to have a time for me and what have you. So this is why a lot of people say, you know what? Let me just stay home. You know, I'm a citizen, or I'm saying, let me just stay home. I'm not going to kill myself for nothing for these people. And again, for me, the only reason I'm here talking from the Unity Party is because I believe in the common sense of President Weah's leadership. That's
Okay.
the only reason why I supported his re-election, and I don't support my own party candidate. Common sense uh, uh, matter of governance. When he said, when the Unity Party government said our school system was a big mess, when President Weah came to power, he said what we can do, since we have this strong ECOWAS union, it would be good for us to get some of our ECOWAS teachers to come and buttress the Liberian teaching system. And then based on that, we can be teaching our Liberian brothers and sisters, those who want to be in the educational field. But people say, "Oh, look at what he's doing. You want to import teachers from Nigeria or from Ghana," and they politicize thing that's common sense. Because any problem that happened in West Africa, who do you see West African troops? So if it is that military oriented, but it is educational, then why can't we rally around our West African brothers and sisters, those that can teach in English, and what have you. Why can't we bring them so that they can buttress whatever we are doing? When President we are talking about it, they took it out of context. And for me, I'm from a village. I like common sense, and that's how our people used to lead. And this is why I support the re-election of President Weah. Uh, I'm not close to him. Even when they used to be here on the island, when I see that, I just wave to them and I go about my business. He doesn't know me, but I support him because of common sense and because he loves Liberia and he has proven to Liberians in refugees camps that he loves Liberia. Not only Liberians in Liberia, but when they were in direct need in uh, in refugee camps. That was another thing. Common sense. That's it.
And today, the former president was seen at the courtyard signing the 440,000 United States dollars bond to release the full lawmakers. And 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 Solomon, what I noticed is this: I there were five lawmakers charged, right, with the arson attack, but one from the United Party, which is Priscilla Cooper, that Friday was released on bail, right? But the other four who are from different political parties who have been having some diverse views about even the illegal removal of the speaker at a time when the saga was at the Capitol building were being incarcerated, and it was met by mixed feelings in the public. Some were saying that their incarceration was better, was good, was timely, and other section of the public was saying the police have been used to have been weaponized, right, to go after a strong political figure within the Republic of Liberia. So I when you see the police now becoming a partisan police, then it beats my imagination. Why will a police that is expected, that is there to protect lives and property, and all those that are quote unquote opposition, they are Liberians? Why they can be why you call it protected? Only ruling position they will call it, or ruling parties, like citizens, and all of us are citizens of Liberia. Why?
Well, it appears that way, but in Liberia, globally, uh, when it comes to law enforcement, uh, any government that see that these other citizens they are threat uh, to the society, they are threat to the community, they are threat to the political situation in the country, the police, the military, whoever, they will work in the interest of the government. Doesn't matter who is in power. Uh, so these people, at the back of my head, if I say, "Oh, CDC, they are Grenada boys. They are this, they are that," and the only thing that I know about Grenada boys when I was growing up, that they don't do anything. They are useless people. So if I have that mind, if anything happens, who they going to go to? Are the Grenada boys? Even if the Grenada boy did not see that chicken, they go to the Grenada boys. So this is the problem. CDC has been labeled as the noise makers. They are being labeled as the incompetent people. They are being labeled as troublemakers and all of those stuff. So anybody who comes to power and people start questioning uh, they are right and their entitlement as citizens. Of course, they said that those that are grown boys making noise. They're doing this, so they will suppress them. So that's what I'm making the point that I'm making. If the government says the police, they listen to the justice minister, and if the justice minister say this is what need to be done, they do that. And who does the justice minister listen to? To the executive, to the president.
Yeah,
So
sure.
whatever the president says, that's what's going to happen. During CDC tenure, when people were protesting, the uh, the justice minister was working in collaboration with the RG, and of course the justice minister was working uh, at the 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 uh, the dictate of the president. So if the president say, look, let those people exercise their constitutional right, give them water to drink, give them food to eat, that's the same government the executive um, brought in, or the president appointed the justice minister to work at his pleasure and at his will, to make sure to protect life and property. And then the justice minister will say, "You RG, I want for you to work according to my mandate, according to the mandate of the justice ministry. So you got to do A, B, C, and D." So everything is based on who is in the chair. So police brutality and all of the stuff, if the person believe in uh, not sparing the rod or the switch or the rattan from the back of the child, by beating the child or whipping the child, make the child to have sense, of course they will do that. Parents do that. They don't use any other method of discipline but the switch. So if you have somebody who is the president, that has a kind of mentality that the only way we control people is by brutalizing them, of course, you put those things in perspective. This is not strange in Liberia, and this is what I'm saying. The only thing that they don't do nowadays is that to take prisoners from the prison, from the various prisons, and take them to the square and flog them every Saturday. Flog them, give them 25 lashes on their raw back, especially when you stole something. And what have you? They're not doing. Maybe those are the only things that have changed in the Liberian governance system. But what is going on? It is not unusual. It has been the trend of the Liberian government. Government are prioritizing the well-being of the citizenry. It is nothing strange. It has been going on like that. In fact, from the onset, Liberia was for the Negro and Negro descent, however they define it, because the Negroes were people that here in slavery, they gave them that nickname. So they are saying them and other people that are connected to them. Until later on, they started redefining. When you say Negro, it means black and other stuff. But that has been the trend. When people in power, they bring their immediate relatives. Even if I am in third grade and you have a bachelor degree, and when it comes to being just being office boy and things like that, because I'm connected to the minister or to whoever, I will be paid better money than you who have who's competent of doing the work. It is nothing strange. Look at the labor ministry connections that are there. We used to say, "Oh, nepotism," or during the Congo regime, and I will use that name because it is part of our history. During the Congo regime, that was what was going on. And of course, those of us that have Congo name, we benefited to a certain extent, even though we are biologically we are not part of that lineage. But our parents stay with them. They give them some level of education. So when anybody was taking disadvantage of us, the government was there for the people. And I always said this. I said when the Congo people were in power, when they eat the bread and when they drink their Ovaltine, they would leave small in a cup so that the houseboy will be able to drink that little one in a cup and then enjoy it. Even the breadcrumbs, they will eat it. But our own people, when they're in power, after drinking that little cocoa or coffee or whatever, they will put water inside that teacup, and then they themselves will drink it. After they rinse it, they will drink it because they don't want for anything to leave there that their own husband, whoever's staying with them, to benefit. That's part of the norm. That's what's been going on. How can we break that? That's a method
That's
that
the
all of
middle.
us have to do.
Yeah,
But
sure.
the journalists, they don't understand some of this stuff when they become, or they have become the same regime that because or they are being partisan, or because CDC own their radio station. Even if CDC is doing something wrong, we don't talk about it, because if we talk about it, maybe they will take us from the radio station. When when Unity Party doing something wrong, because Unity Party is the one in charge of ERBS or ERBC or whatever name we have now. So if I do this, I'm going to lose my job. So what are they doing wrong? The journalists are supposed to bring out information to inform the people. They don't do that, but they are divided and they give misinformation, disinformation, and other stuff because of party sentiment. And when we continue in that route, we're not going to get anywhere. You have Liberians that qualified to do a work. They bring in other people to do it. I was in Monrovia a few years ago, and I saw some people from Bangladesh, some people from Yemen, and we're doing some things that Liberians supposed to do. Even if you get in those stores by the Lebanese people and the Indian people, the only job that the Liberians are doing there is the heavy lifting and all those stuff. But when you come to being standing in the store to sell or doing all this stuff, the Lebanese people they're doing it. So they come outside, they sit down there, they just be washing. But when they bring any kind of heavy load, Camus, go get this one. Then Camus will go and get it. Camus will be hurting his back, and if Camus doesn't get any pay, even if Camus gets hurt, nothing they can do. So that's how our country has been. How can we change it? That's what we need to be fighting on.
And I'm receiving an information right now that the family of the late Nancy Doe has just apologized to former President Weah, and I think the gift will be accepted.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Uh, that's part of life. The other people rejected it, or the other people they said no, that is wrong. So we shouldn't do this. So that's why they're doing it. But for me, I mean, don't get me wrong. If they accept it, that's fine. If
Okay.
I were part of that family, I was not going to accept anything from any from alien administration, uh, from Weah's administration to this administration. The reason being, this lady was the first lady, the first indigenous first lady of Liberia. They have laws in our constitution all there about the entitlement of first ladies in Liberia.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, they did not say. They said when the husband passes away or whatsoever, the entitlement, everything is there. They did not say if they overthrew the government and they killed the president, then you don't have that entitlement. There is nothing like that. So constitutionally, the Liberian government or the first lady, former first lady,
Hmm.
or entitlement. They talk about it. They even went to the ECOWAS court about it, and the results were presented to the Liberian government. They refused, and frustration upon frustration, because this is somebody who we saw her handiwork in Liberia. I spent enough time in Jokwin Town, right? The place where they call Jokwin Market, Jokwin Town Market.
Yeah,
That
sure.
is the place where the former first lady improved, and we got that modern a market there today, okay, and all of those stuff. So she had a footprint in the lives of the Liberian people, because all of those marketeers that you see, they were the backbones for their children's education. Most of the fathers they were not in the life. They were doing different things while those women were struggling selling whether that fish or kaya or whatever they were selling just for their son to go to school. And some of those who went to school that were about to do something for their family or for their parents, the war came, they slaughtered them because either they could not speak Bassa, they thought they were crying, or they were Pere, I mean they were Matingo, or they were Gil Emano. So that destroy a lot of innocent lives and things like that. So for the Liberian government to sideline the first lady, again, I wouldn't have accepted any gift. But again, we are all human. We forget. We get along. How to work along to move forward. So that is a process. So again, I want to say thank you to the Doe family for reconsidering the decision of getting a President Weah, because President Weah is not the only Liberian government that neglected Nancy Doe. So for them to accept the gift, it's a plus.
I think I am seeing Aliu.
Yeah, I was just about to send a link to him, but I sent it to him before.
Yeah, Aliu. Are you there? Aliu Masale. I don't know, but
He's
I'm not.
getting adjusted.
Yeah,
Maybe
sure.
maybe his earpiece. But that is it's a good news. People, they said a wise man changes or a wise person changes. So instead of just uh you know, they were expecting more from your administration, and then of course you don't treat your son when your son is vying for a position, and for you who consider a family brothers and sister to that for you to kick against it and to smear all kinds of negative campaign and things like that with human being. So I understand that on the other side,
For
you know.
me,
Mhm.
for me, I think from my own view, I think the the gift not accepted by the family or the daughter of the former president, that's the former first lady Nancy Do, it's a disrespect to the former president of the Republic of Liberia, because the man actually paid a visit to the family, and a lady or older folks, I think one of the sisters to the late Nancy Do, right, requested for the cow and other items from the president, the former president, I mean, and he went, he sympathized with them. Every, everyone was there, right, and they greeted him well. All of a sudden, when he left, the how he ordered the gift, right? In my own sense, I believe that she should have, or they should have accepted the gift. Whatever problem they have with the former president, they communicate with him instead of refusing the gift or refusing the offer. And I'm told, right, it was refused two times. The first time she sent it out of the yard, and they took the materials back at the CDC party headquarters. Then
Well,
then I asked Yenebo intervened. Axel Yenebo and some other family members intervened, and the gift was taken back at the house. And she insisted that the gift shouldn't be received. I believe that is a disrespect to the former president.
well, the
That,
thing is, I don't think it is a disrespect to the president. People are hurting. If the former president or the former presidents or the government of Liberia, if they have been fully involved making this woman, the former first lady, to get her entitlement, some of the frustration or the condition that led to her death, it wouldn't have happened. So people are in pain, they are grieving, they are hurt. So when you are hurt and you are in pain and other stuff, why will 50 or 50,000 or 500 bag of rice
five
or two
thousand.
cow, okay, 5,000, right?
Yeah, sure.
5,000, what would they do? It's not for Nancy. For probably people that are sitting there are going to sympathize to eat free food.
Yeah,
And,
sure.
and so that was not a disrespect. The people, they were very disappointed in the Liberian government to ill treat a first lady letter. I don't think President Weah would consider that as a disrespect. President Weah, I think he's highly regretting because I when I saw him, he was kind of even though they say man can cry, people say that, but he felt it. There was some level of guilt or some level of concern was in him, and we saw uh, what is sharing tears and things like that. Because if the way things went, if he was somebody at the time, he said, "Well, I know when I was coming up with all of my struggles and things like that, this is this man. He pushed me and he made me today God first, but he was responsible. One of those are responsible for me to be who I was when it comes to soccer. And from that other point, I became the president of the Republic of Liberia. And everybody used to say Doson, Doson, even though that was not biological. So for my brother, or my big brother, or my small brother, not to come to our rescue when we really needed it, for my mom. That's part of uh, uh, Samuel Doe Jr. Being very, very disrespectful, siding with different political party, and trashing President Weah, and even the rumors that they spread over there that, oh, President Weah married to, or having affair with Samuel Doe daughter, and all of those things. It was a campaign time, and they didn't come out. Even the late Nasser Doe, they did not come out to say, look, these are uh, 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 false information that you guys spreading over there. But nothing that was done, and that also created some misfeeling in the president. So, but two wrong cannot make it right. I think that's what people always say.
Yeah, sure.
So the pain was making them to say, you know what? Let's forget about this, about the president. We had two cows of $5,000 or 50 bag arrest or whatsoever. It's not going to bring our mothers back. It's not going to do any other thing. Of course, the entitlement for all of these years, President Weah is no longer empowered to say, okay, we're going to revisit so that we can pay all of these money that the former first lady is entitled to. Or Nida Bwaka will say, you know what, the government of Liberia, they owe you. The family, since the Omar has that, we're going to make sure, our government going to make sure to give her entitlement. Nothing that is going to happen. So what is the point? But again, we are Liberians, and culturally, when somebody speak to you, you cannot say no, no, no all the time. Then we just say, okay, we accept it. But the government of Liberia was not fair to our former first lady. I'm not from the crown tribe to say I'm doing tribal something. Of course, I'm from the Kwa tribe, which may part of the crown to be part of me as well. But we are looking at the reality.
Okay.
I don't know whether this guy is. Are you hearing us? Are you on? Asale.
I'm listening to you. I've been following the show since the beginning.
But we want you to
Yeah,
talk, to open your mouth, but then you see your mouth.
no, but
We
you're still talking. You're not giving the time here to talk. That's
No,
why I'm
we
listening.
did, but you didn't answer.
Oh, yeah.
That-
Oh, okay,
yeah.
yes. Or probably maybe that time I was in the tunnel. That's why the network was
Oh,
not good
okay.
there.
okay,
Okay.
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. Let me just bring you up to speed with what we are discussing. We are
I've been
discussing.
following the show from the
Okay.
beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Make a
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Thank you there. First, I will start with the whole Nessie Do thing.
Okay.
Solomon, you just said something, and I agree with you, and I respectfully disagree with you to another one. The one
Okay.
I agree with you, the one I agree with you on, it had to do with these people, the way their mother was treated from any administration, George Weah administration, up to present. They shouldn't have accepted anything from anyone. That's the first thing. But now we saw the present vice president went there, you accepted money from him, and the president went there and he said the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will be responsible. They will give the mother befitting burial. All of the things you accepted it, and then the former president went there yesterday. The present president, Mr. Bwaka, went there. He said the government will be responsible to give befitting burial and do everything. They accepted it. Now, the former president went there yesterday. And Mami, you sat there. He went there. He gave 5,000 United States dollar. It was given to you. You accepted it. He carried 50 back of rent. You accepted it. And those old ladies, they said, oh, yes, or our son, we want car, blah, blah, blah. He said, okay, tomorrow, Finna, we bring the car, all of these things. Why you accepted this thing yesterday from him and you knew very well you never wanted them? You want to say, oh, Mr. Former President, Mr. Weah, thank you for everything, but I don't need anything from you. If you are saying that you're not any kind of nature, nobody going to beat you, but you accepted it just because we, according to what we heard, I think the president went there yesterday, President Bwaka, after President Weah left. I think he went there, or some of his delegate went there. When they left, this morning you say you don't want anything, you sending it back. Why you couldn't refuse it yesterday? Like you said, if that's something, the way your mother was treated from the TD government, you want to refuse everything from them. But you can't accept from the other government, then the former president can, you accepted it, and then today you say you don't want it. You see? And then whole thing they're talking about benefit, benefit, benefit. Okay, Madam Sedi, they didn't get the benefit. George Wiyaki, he didn't give it. And what we hearing was the former first lady, the late, she was asking for the president to increase of the money they were giving her. For example, they give you $500. For example, now I'm just saying example. And then you say, oh, President, we are my son. The $500 you giving me, I want you to please make it 1,000. But it was not like she was not getting her pension benefit or whatsoever. But the increment she asked for, as we are hearing, that was why it wasn't done from the former president. And they issue a benefit. I don't know. They said it had to do with property and other things. I don't know much about that. I can't say much about that. But as you said, they want to refuse everything for Ellie, Bakai, and this and that we are. And again, you said something where I'm coming to disagree with you now.
Go ahead.
It's like when you said that all her benefit and thing, if she were to get it, maybe I hold it from other people, maybe she was not coming down, that the frustration, all of these things. And one thing, I'm a Muslim, and by what we believe, inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. We to Allah we belong, and to Him we shall return. The thing, like I can see other people, they say, oh yeah, people can die before their time. We the Muslim, we don't believe in that. Like Jordan, I was on the platform and disagree with people that on the city. If they could get that woman $5 million as a benefit, the time God show her to that, she will come in that time. So whether she go through frustration, she go through depression and whatsoever, that money could be with her. The time God says she will die, she was going to die that time. So not because they not give her benefit, this and that, all of these things, the frustration and things that why kill her. People can say this thing, but for me, we believe as a Muslim, if if God say Aliyu Masale will die in Liberia, the moment I reach Liberia, the next day I die, they will say, oh, that medicine, that where God said I was going to die. This I think we believe. If God say I will die from headache, I will die from headache. So the time God show for her to die, that's it. So in order to give her all of her benefit or whatsoever, this is the appropriate time God show for her to die, May 21st, 2025. And this whole thing, we see it is somehow being somehow political. And that's what I said today on True FM. Mommy, Solomon, everybody, in time of death, in time of bereavement, if I have issues with Solomon or any other person, when somebody died for me and Solomon came there to sympathize with me, I will put all our differences aside. For the fact that he came to sympathize with me in the time of my bereavement, I will put it aside. Maybe after everything, I will say, Solomon, you know, you and myself, we had some issue, but my mother died, you came there, you know why, let's just forget. But it will say that we're talking. But I will not be mourning and Solomon come there because I had issue with Solomon, then I want to bring that issue up. No. So mommy, she had to put this thing aside. Now she mourning. Let's see how her mother was a state woman, how she can get a befitting burial as President Bouaka had promised to do. If you get an issue with former President Weah, after that, you can handle that. But if you want to politicize your mother burial, as for me, we will battle you. We will take it politically because we expect you to put everything that people did to you right now. You bereave. Focus on burying your mother. But if you will be used by politicians to politicize your mother death, we are there for you. I finish with that. It comes to Funati Kofa issue and the other lawmakers and what have you. This morning we discussing, but this whole thing, Solomon, you says all the things you were talking, I agree with you. These are some of the things, and for me, I can always say, I think I will ever come Liberia to serve in any government or to work. Because if President Solomon Bakari just call me
Oh,
Aliyu
but
Masale,
I should be president in Liberia.
if you call me, you say Aliyu Masale, yes, I want you to come help me for us to work. I want you to come and serve your country. If I come over there, Solomon, you call me to come and serve the country, not to serve you.
Mhm.
Get that one at the back of your mind. You believe in me, you believe in my expertise. You saw me, you say, come and be director on the side, this and that. So when I come there, don't say I can't serve you. I came to serve the country, even though you the one appointed me. So if you're doing the wrong thing and I continue telling you, Solomon, you don't want to go by it, you will fire me. I will go on the
Of course.
opposition station and I will criticize you. Good, you will fire me. That nonsense I can see people do it because you're working for government. Even when the government do it wrong, you can stand up to say, hey, because you will lose your job. I don't subscribe to that. And this is why I say I can ever work in Liberia. Because this is why our government continue to fail over and over. These people, when they start working, those presidents, they feel they are the law and gospel. So anything they want to do, they will do it, and they are not there to checkmate them, to tell them, boss man, you're doing this. I can always tell people, I want to come Liberia. I'll be proud to walk in the street. And my children should come, they be proud to walk in the street, then to come when they want to tell somebody, saying, shut up, man. Your father and all here to support this country. What you want to say? No. Solomon, you and I know we are in a country where you working today, your character, your integrity is on the line. So you work in accordance so that tomorrow people will forever remember you. So if I go Liberia to work in any government, whatsoever entity agency, people should remember me. I'm not going there to serve a president. I'm not going there to serve any of my bosses. I went to serve the country. So if you think I will be working, you be doing nonsense and I'm praising you, you get it wrong. This is why I think I can ever work in Liberia. And those people that leave from here, when they go back home, this I think will expect them to go and change things. But when they go, they want to dance to the tune of the president then. They want to dance to the tune of the director then and the honor. Liberia, we are not going anywhere. In as much as we continue to sing those politicians, we are not going anywhere. The whole Fanatico Party, if you listen to Fanatico Party today, according to Gregor Como, this whole case is highly political. So Gregor Como now he know about political issue, now he not police IG again.
Sure.
So if you say the whole case is highly political, what are you trying to say? Like I said this morning, Solomon, you and myself, yeah, anything that happened to the place you working, the security there, they are the first contact people. So where were the security when people, when they took the chairs on the Capitol building? So what were the motive? What notion they took those chairs from the Capitol building before it got burned that night? Where were those security again? The next day, people when they enter that Capitol building, cutting wires and things. And I was on the platform today. I know my brother who see who listening to me. He start talking. Nothing that you talking because there's a secret audio. If you listen to that audio, you will not even say be talking that thing that you talking. So you want to tell me that or the majority blood listening to a secret audio that they were going to Fanatico Fire Abu Kamara and plan to go burn the Capitol building, that how they when they took the chair from there because they listened to secret audio. You even indicted them. Hey, this thing, the way you think over there, this is not how we think here. Because what we see here, the way things work here, all your own Liberia is politics. So this is why I say the whole investigation is not going to be free, fair, and transparent. And Solomon, you just said it all. These people work at the will and pleasure of the president, the justice minister, or the police, or whosoever. So no matter how like case is, they just have to be careful. The people can do anything. The president will say, this is how I want that case to end. And this is a government that doesn't believe in rule of law. And even the constitution that brought them to power. So, but Funati Kopa, he's a lawyer. Let's watch the process and see. See how Priscilla Cooper was treated from the other people. They wouldn't carry her over there as a sacrificial lamb for them to say, oh, she's a Unity Party partisan. She and all were there. So like, you should say this is not political. But you can only say that to people that pray thinking you, not to people like us. Because we are not stupid. We are in the advanced country. We see how things happen. Like I said this morning, when I came to America 5 months time, when people enter my house and clear everything, when my wife got downstairs to go to work that morning, the police, when they came, the first thing, you how many here? Who all get access to the house key? That was the first question. The second question was, where your security camera that you get here? You see, this is a question they were asking. So who had access to the Capitol building key before these people went there? How did the person get in? Where was the security that was manning the place? Gregory Kumo say was highly protected. These are some of the things. Liberia, the executive mansion said, I get camera in our entire place. All those government agencies, because they stealing a thing they carry on, they not even value their own life. People can go and do anything behind you there. What you will shoot. All the thing we talking will not be talking there. So I just stopped there, Solomon. So the whole case is highly political, as Gregory Como said, and I think something good will come from Allah. Those people, when they take time, they will lock them up. And Liberian people today, they are jumping, singing, oh yeah, Liberia nothing to Unity Party and CDC. Even when you're doing the wrong thing, when the CDC doing it, they will back you. When the Unity Party doing it, they will back you. They're not looking at the character of the country, the way we go us to the outside world. We just got a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council. See the kind of thing that are happening in the country. Sarah Beslo Yanti, sit down, listen to your own voice on BBC. Why you said that, and see the government you working in the way they are proceeding. It's a complete contradiction. You will be embarrassed one day. So we are just watching and seeing the process how it's going on.
Thanks for that clarity. Because when it comes to the gift, I mean, they accepted it first, then they refuse it. So that's what I'm understanding. Again, but thank you for the clarity. We're not going to go back to that. We know that the people want to politicize that. They want vote from Grandier, so they're doing everything in their capacity to convince the Grandian by politicizing uh, the situation that this lady remains. So thank you for the clarity.
Yeah, my brother. Yeah, you're welcome.
And for this lady, we all know that Cooper, the Unity Partisan you guys talking about.
Yeah, Priscilla Cooper.
We know that they were just using that like a cover up in Liberia, we say like a floor show. They're doing a floor show because first of all, when they were detained, according to the RG, that they did not allow her to sleep over there because they don't have place for women to spend the night onto that. But that is not true. If you really want to, if there were anybody from CDC, they were going to find a place, even if that for that person to sit down with the clerk or whosoever in their office for her to sit down there until the next day, they would have done that. But for them to say, oh, because we didn't have any place, so we put you out. And if we don't have place for women, we're going to put you out and what have you. So those were just how they are covered up uh, was exposed, and they keep exposing themselves to the way in which they are they are taking the government. In my opinion, and from the history of Liberia, they don't want strong opposition, and they will do everything to ban CDC, everything to make sure that President Weah does not contest in the 2029 election. It has been going on and on and on. And of course, that's what led to those of you who watched the 1985 election. Uh, those were some of the things that even made Ellen to take part in a senatorial race and things like that. We saw what was going on. And that's the same thing. They don't want opposition, strong opposition. Any weak opposition, they don't care. But strong opposition, they will ban your party and then they will ban your political leader or that candidate. It is nothing strange to Liberia.
Okay, so can we go to the lines now or
Oh, yeah.
yeah?
I think so. Masale, can we go to the line?
Yes, Solomon, we can go to the line. And just as you were saying, the Unity Party, they are me worried in CDC. Those people, when they go to bed, 95% they are worried in CDC.
Yeah,
So they want to
definitely.
do everything to silence CDC. So for me, President, you just have to be very, very careful in that country. How you even say get outside, how you move, you have to be very careful. Those people, just how you say, Solomon, in CDC, that time they will force them into some violent issue at the end of the day, they say, oh, the people there, because of they can't take part in no election in this country. You
It's
people
election.
been
Yeah.
over there for 19, we almost 40, 50 years know more about Liberia, what been happening. We part with that 1980 born with small children. But you people know everything. So this is why the people do it. They will do everything to force CDC into certain action. At the end of the day, they say the people there, because of insurrection, this and that, they can participate in no political issue in this country. But let's listen to the people.
Okay, I think they want to actually make sure that they erased former President George Weah legacy. That is why the Unity Party is proceeding this way. But we go to the lines. You can call us on 077, that's 0 888 500 104. Okay, I think I have our first caller on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Brother Solomon. Mr. Moito Ali Matale in the US.
Okay, welcome. Yeah,
Yeah,
your name.
there's a brother who Rasta phoning in from Point 4 to be exact with you in Zimbabwe.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Thank you for your talking point, and Mr. Thank you for your analysis. To the issue of the naked door family issue. Sometimes we as a brain, we're not fair with ourselves. As for me, I would see that as giving disrespect to the former president. Because you were here when the former president took over our country, he said that he inherited a broken economy. Due to that reason, the former president even went as far as even cutting his own salary down. He said he will reduce the salary for the people of Newtown to even get forward fee. He said he will reduce the salary for the people of Cloudtown to even get the forward fee that he see in Cloudtown. So I think it was disrespect on behalf of the Nelson Doe family to the former president. But President Weah, the hard God gave President Weah about to support President Weah. Because sometimes people take President Weah's kindness for his weakness. But going to the issue of Francisco Fa, the speaker, no, people, let me see what's around there. Where in the world you look at me, that is a better boy, they say the piano boy, and see man. So because on the issue of Francisco Fa, can you imagine on that day I was present when the together was in total control because we were the ones who went to that capital place, I was protesting. The security drove up, can you imagine to the extent that even on that day when we were in town, everybody that is security see you work, they can beat you. So where in the world somebody will move for them and go again and point capital building? Brother, let me see what they let me careful. Let me say this. As for some of us were born in the 90s, so we don't really see the war. So as for some of us, let's be careful because we're not allowed for our husband to tell them if we can sit on the ground. Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's hold it there. You can call us on 0776 104 104 or better still 086 500 104. We okay, let's see. We got another caller here. Good morning. Your name and where you call from? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to speak to things concerning about the Nestle Doe and Joey business.
Okay.
I think it's a dear respect to the former president, even the audience, our mind, part our order, that really our quarter and need that and say our son welcome. I think there's a dear respect for Mami. If Mami has, why Mami want to make issue or why she want to put it in her mouth, that's there. I even listen to her as she going on phone call tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
What? Your mother against the capital issue. That is highly political. Because you can't have, after that, we all went to that place, the December 17th, we were there. It's in the capital, when they put us on that place. So even nowhere to enter, and even after the protest, that whole place was okay with so police, because they was on that place. Why did car park when I play and went after one group? So why did people discuss it and too? Johnny, I gotta be very, very careful. How you coming outside? How you coming anyway? You gotta be very, very careful with these people because they want to start a whole thing in it. And it will not wear by the grace of God. It will not wear. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's hold you there and take another call. Good morning.
Morning. How you doing?
Not bad. Your name, where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Kiflas Tapes and I come from Panasville. Which is $70,000.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, there is one thing I don't know. I still not understand. Uh, the current speaker, according to him, now, because for me, I know he's not speaker.
Mm-hmm.
But he came on the radio, I think the last time, I think somewhere around West Point, he said, they took responsibility of all that happened, and, in a 6 or 7 month period, everything happened, including the burning of that capital article building. So while we go come on, now we go and interrogating people, arresting people, putting them in jail and all of that. So what is make of the statement that he basically made? So it's a complete waste on. We don't understand it. You can say you take responsibility or something, then you go and arresting other people. On what?
Wow.
So that is my take.
Okay, that's who we there. That's who we there and take another call. Good morning. Your name, where you call from?
I'm Black Steven calling from Boville, Recife.
Go ahead. I'm sure you're following the discussion this morning.
I'm following the discussion. I want to discuss about the nursing door death issue with President Wuya.
Go ahead.
The issue is that ABC Mami Do is refusing the offer of President Wuya. Is that she not just want to refuse it, but it's something that President Wuya had done to nursing door, to the late nursing door family.
What exactly the former president did?
The man during his 6-year term, nursing those son were working at the port.
Okay.
We have sat nursing those son at full port. Nursing those went to him and told him, "Oh, President Wuya, I beg you, them are so go back to work. If the day he said he can do it." He listened to the press statement he make. The man said that since nursing those was alive, that 3 different times he nursing those ever see. To the time she died. 3 different times in a press statement, the concerning he make. He said 3 different times he nursing those see. How to act. Then why you should use statement like that if the woman husband, if the woman died, then you want to carry forward to work get rest and other things. Then why mommy those days you can't hold it? Because you can't, the woman can be living. You sack her brother. You sack the woman brother for work. Then the man go and talk to you. He said you can't do it. Then now you want to carry off the man death even you expect to hold it. But we are just a man that he can give things to people and talk on it. It's not your first time doing it. He did it to President Obama.
That's who we there and take another call. Good morning.
Yeah,
You gotta leave the monitor.
good morning. Hello?
Yes, hello. You live?
Yeah, Abraham Cannon calling you from Bloville.
Go ahead, Abraham.
So I just want to say a few things, right?
Okay.
You know, when people do not make mistake,
You gotta load the radio in the background.
hello,
Yeah, go ahead.
someone have to make mistake so that another person will use it and to serve as opportunity for them. So what the United Party government is doing, for me, I have no problem with it. It will serve as lesson for the Liberian people. Because those people came to power on the battle of, they came to love Liberia, they came to build Liberia, but they are not doing it. They are wishing people. How will you go handful of lawmakers and go and jail them? This is not fair. Because the Capitol building is an area that is guarded by state security. So how do you go for it when you only went and take few people to investigate it without investigating those state security that were on the scene?
That's $1 million question.
So you see it, but if they did, it is good. They have to make mistakes so that Nigerian people will rise on President we are back to power.
Thank you so much. Let's take another call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name, where you call from? Okay, you are our first female caller. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm trying to the issue with mommy too.
Okay.
Why you want to use the woman as political political? Why did he refuse the former president and gave to her and the present president? You know that because too much has there, that you see because church we have a God. The man is a God man. So the Lord you say has a weakness. What money? I mean, the current case is stuck with to greatness. The women of greatness. The father of what they want to commit to the you. The other $1,000. This is such a work like that. I want to say, oh God, because I'm president of my life. Say I'm really proud. The church yesterday, the church so I go kill you. I mean, church is a server. You have money to go about this subject. You want to take on mother. And what I'm saying to they will be there to pay a great job that so big for church out there. So if you get the server, you use a money to answer to
Thank you. That's why you then take another call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. Any more you call from?
I'm Francis Koruba calling you from Sender.
I'm sure you've been following the discussion this morning. Make your input.
Yeah, my input is the capital of any issue. Labyrinth will just people will talk because we feel the talking.
Okay.
Most of them that have the information, concrete information of the whole issue that's going on when they bring up out there. That was stupid RG. Greguma is very wise and he's a very smart guy. Greguma has everything a gift for that, but a low wave. They see people in Abu Banakama. Everyone on there is there. They are arrested, but the code was in the solve. Greguma have concrete evidence on it for that. With the same guy saying that he used to pay bidding, that he gave money to them to use the bidding, that the same individual then will get information from the day that he holding fast against it, holding fast to the case here. But the people then at the constitution, they can then talk because the lesson is
good morning. Your name where you call from? Okay, go ahead.
Something I've been drawn to my mind and I decided to bring it out.
Go ahead.
It's citizen ID card. As you go to do your citizen ID card, are they seeing people asking for your voter registration card, which district you register, taking that serious number? And when I did my first citizen ID card, I don't go through that process. But now they are asking where your voter registration card, where the serious number, all that one. So a government concern today, and I decided to bring it up.
Okay. I will actually follow that up. Okay. Now let's hold you there and take this caller on this line, the Lone Star line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, you are live.
Let me say thank you for the opportunity that you gave Liberian to add a few.
Okay.
I'm actually just a fan of way. I'm calling you from Walnut Street.
Go ahead.
You see, I don't want to go to the color that just left the land. But you see, some of the guys then they can just talk because they have the opportunity to talk. If you say just Greg Coleman have the evidence.
That's what he said.
That's why we have the rule of law. Everything that happened to the capital building there, it is not certain people. Every lawmaker who parcel of what happened to the capital building supposed to be investigated by the law. We're not saying that people who cry in this country, what are you lawmaker or what are you representative, when you commit crime, you're supposed to, the law have the right to deal with you. But it should be in the right way.
children there, and your neighbor can 5 children, all of them staying with you. Anything happens in the home, you exclude your children from there and put everything on your neighbor children because you're supporting them. And it's not good. Something happens, it may not be the neighbor child, it may be your own child. But when your child do something and you keep insisting that it's not your child said you don't want to do it. Or you see, now you do it, I didn't want to do it. It's wrong. The speak up. Just said a few days that everything that happened to the capital Bay, they are people to hold them responsible. They're the one the cause of what happened. You never want to call the guy for cautionary. They come out, they fuck the president speak up. Boss, you get car. You never call him for cautionary. The boss, the boss speak up of it. You never call him for cautionary. But yet get certain people because you feel that you want to suppress the people. But everything that's happening, the Liberian people have to be careful. This is not for now. This is about turning to the now.
Okay.
If not be careful, they can't. What will happen to the now? It will be even more than what happened now. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you so much. So let's take this other call from the orange line. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm your call of friends and call back in line. You won't fast to my call.
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, I can tell you, I have evidence to for that thing offer the case concerning the capital building money. For me, I have evidence what the RG have based on. I can put my evidence to it into the case, and I am friends. I'm friends and call back all this stand up.
Okay.
I'm evidence against for that thing offer and concerning the money of the MPD. Me and I am friends to prove my evidence to it. But I want to call that talking plenty.
No. That's where you there. Good morning. Okay, you can call us on 0776 104 104 or better still 086 500 104 to make your input here on the Nighttime Spain. We are discussing the incident yesterday concerning the late Nancy Doe family and former President George Weah and the Capitol building fire incident. So let's take this other caller from this line. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, your name, where you call from?
My name is Christine, calling from Shufaki.
Okay, Christine, let's hear you.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, just
go ahead. Oh, sorry, we lost Christine there. So we take it from this line. Good morning.
How you doing, my son?
I'm doing great, and you?
Thank God. This is my sister calling from Clarota.
Let's hear you, my sister.
We say hi to Masadi and Mr. Bakaris on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, my son, I want to ask a little question. When the girl noticed, what mommy was, she was sleeping or she was not, she was.
She was there. You said that? Mansisi? Oh, I think I lost Mansisi. Let's take it from this Lone Star line. Good morning. Your name, where you call from?
Yeah, I'm Louis. I'm calling from Carwell.
Go ahead. I'm sure you've been following the discussion.
I think I've been due to the guy who called and said that he got evidence on the Honorable Councillor Fanati J. Kufa. One thing Liberian people realize
your name.
I'm Louis Nime calling from Carwell.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. That's just the reality. We all know that Liberia belongs to everyone. The issue with the parliament being set on fire. My passion to the Bureau colors. The parliament has said, the London has session on that Tuesday.
Definitely.
The chair that the regime are now being a leading speaker, Richard Kuhn. The chair in which he states currently, where was the chair placed back then on that building caught on fire? Who removed the chair from the joint chamber? My question goes to the guy who said he had evidence on Fanati Kofa. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's hold you there and take this quarter from this side. Good morning.
Yeah, Solo. Yeah, Solo, 30 seconds, Solo, 30 seconds, please, 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Tabu Rasa once again. You know, Solo, this show is one of the biggest shows in the Republic of Liberia. We get about 7+ billion human beings following this show. We're not allowed for people who will just sit, when you don't get something to say and just call on the show.
You don't call on the show and denigrate another person. So I'll hold you there and take another call. Yes, my brother. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm JC Fire calling for Single to the screen.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not appreciative for that program. You see, I really know that all the guy who point say
Hello. Okay, all right. If you call on the show, please speak to the issue. Don't go ahead and start attacking another person. That's his view. He's entitled to his view. So say your own and forget about the man on the view. Please, let's take this one. Good morning.
Yeah,
Your name, where you come from?
I'm calling from public country.
Go ahead, boss.
I got a question to ask.
Go ahead.
Besides the state security, there are any other private security at the capital building?
Yep, they got Capital Building Securities.
But if it is so, they never call them for investigation.
Some of them are were called for questioning.
Then what was the result from there?
Well, the Liberia National Police can tell you that one. So let's hold you there and take another call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, anywhere you call from?
My name is Saminta Kumi, and I call you from Mauritius, London.
Go ahead. I'm sure you've been following the show.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Let me say thanks to you for what you just did, because it's what I've been listening and hoping that you do so, that the show should be protected.
Definitely.
If someone call and make their view, your duty is to call and say your own. Forget about the person. Don't attack anybody. Say what you get to say. Liberia is for everyone. That capital building belongs to everyone. People fought war in that capital building, been there. Even the mansion been there. Those people who were taking drugs and a lot of things, they did not bring that capital building. But now we have people who are fine-minded people there who got the capital building burned. So all we pray for is justice. We pray if even it can be my uncle and his uncle, he should be killed. The Lord should find a good. Look, Liberia, this country is where we find ourselves. We can never be deported from here. So let us have somewhere in our heart that we will love each other to build this country and forget about a lot of politics. Thank you very much for the show.
Thank you too. And let's take another caller from this line. I think I lost that caller. You can call back from the Lone Star line. You can call us on 086 504. I think I got him again. I don't know. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes. Good morning. Any more you call from?
Good morning, how are you? Good morning, how are you?
I'm doing great. Your name, where you call from?
Yeah, this is Eddie Kali. I'm calling for Kawe.
Go ahead.
Kawe Samukata.
Go ahead.
You see, my appointment goes to the Archie Gregory Kumo. Gregory Kumo should be careful, my brother. Hello? Hello?
Go ahead. You live.
Yeah, Gregory Kumo must be careful because my brother, this country, one will pass through with no aid.
Mm-hmm.
Some were here when the war started until it ended. We never travel anywhere from 1990 December 24th. Our year when the war started, it ended. They country with the total peace and stability. They went in with Gregory Kumo and monitoring and carrying the police in. It's not good.
Now look at the case. All the people were chanced according to Gregory Kumo. Now instead that you let go Priscilla Cooper because she's sliding with the United Party. You see how you show yourself, Gregory Kumo? You politicize the whole case. The other people do not have right to hire for lawyers to free them. And you start telling the black people that renovation going on at the HQ, so there's no cell for the female. They couldn't make the female with the male. Now the night could Priscilla Cooper. But Gregory Kumo, you lying. That people see your ways. Tomorrow is coming, my brother. Okay? You know today, but you don't know tomorrow. Don't be selected when performing your duty. You're being so selected. Don't do that. Let justice be done to all men. This country, we need peace and total stability. If anything people in this country, you will get on a plane and go to America. Because that's where you were. You can really come on. Stop what you are doing.
Okay. All right. Let's
You
hope.
don't do that to people that well. You like because you don't get partisan. You see what you did, Gregory Kumo? And we are watching the process, my brother.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
monitoring the process.
Thank you very much.
We see-
Let's hold you there and take another call. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I don't think that caller is ready. So you can call us on. Okay, let's take it from this side. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and where you call from.
I think I'm calling you from radio.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to talk on the nursing door issue along with President Weah.
Oh, go ahead.
You see that the nursing door daughter, which is Mommy Do, she ran to refuse the offer of President Weah.
Okay, but
Former President Weah, because former President Weah had the habit of always doing good for people and talking about him good. That's the reason you see former there's Mommy Do refuse his offer.
okay, okay. Let's hold you there and take another call. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and where you call from.
Alexander Ma, phone on my regular.
Go ahead. You gotta move away from the monitor. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to speak on to the issues. First, let me go to the nursing door issue. Mommy, I don't think that she's doing the right thing.
Okay.
Because the first thing, kind of a disrespect she bringing to our former president, we are. I think that she disrespect our family. So I don't think that her family does not have time. It wasn't even the president to be sitting or to speak for family on the barrel where she knew her mother had read us, and her uncle should be the one to be steering the thing. So she being disrespectful to her family. That she disrespectful to President. I think it's not something serious, but that's not an issue.
Okay.
The issue goes to the police RG. I don't even know which part of the world they took that one from the police RG. Because if you claim that you have evidence to prove that those people that you help, they want that building, they are to provide evidence one that I elaborate people know, and for people to be holy and pulling things. Gregory Kumo said that he posting that he's a police RG in Lofa country, in a police cell. Somebody placed in a police cell died.
I
can get no account of how that person died in the cell. Then you won't be tracking around the place that he's on a good police RG, other things. Billy is started about PSU and other police or people. Somebody walking on the security protest, but now they should be on acting fully here.
Sorry, let's hold you
I
there.
just don't know what.
Sorry, let's hold you there and take another call. Good morning. Yes, you gotta move away from the monitor or I'll cut you off. Your name where you call from? Okay, I just can't continue with you because you are bringing feedback to our ears. So let's take it from this side. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, Alex.
We,
Money is when you get your calling for Salvador.
okay, let's go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on this only one I have the only now only.
Okay,
Yeah, now. Hey, so all we get coming up.
go ahead.
For all we just coming up.
Mhm.
You know what happening? We see it in our other right in the country.
Okay,
Hear it. How you will, I don't know how it is happening that or how it happening. Because how you will take hospitals now you will whatsoever in the country that it then instead the person upon a somewhere that you know the country say we just need that other people here in other country they here in will not be okay for us. Like you are molest or uncle molesting the people that are supposed to be protect or the people that are supposed to be respect or respect all of these supposed to be higher your respect in everyone. Yes. So we like it that in that so we want for everything to be okay. Political will not be quality all the time.
okay, okay,
We will not be quality all the time. Everything will not be quality. Let everything be okay. When this going on there will not be okay in that world. Because all of control the all over. Because if they hear it, because they face people they look at 30 minutes for the EJ Nana. I'm here bad.
okay. Let's hold you there.
I'm still feeling bad.
Let's hold you there and take another call. Good morning. Your name where you call from? Okay, go ahead.
I want to ask a question to Adi. When this was going on between the people of the Adi, but in the president because why is it when the school was acting as because they did not put the pressure to deliver on period trial until just in recent time because they argued that they wanted on a period trial. From what point are they speaking from now? Should the act should come on or threat before they can prosecute these people? That's my question to them.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's hold you there and take another call. Good morning. Your name and where you call from? Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you call from?
This is Baka Masare calling from your community.
Go ahead.
I'm not here to Mr. Ali Masare in Jersey.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for the very first time they're going to take power, the first thing they carry on in Jordan, like killing a little brother, I knew that, and I can tell out of here, I knew that people are not going to speak to anybody. When it's carrying on in this country, we're looking at it, we're young coming up, we're looking at it. But I pray that it will see another thing happen in this country. And this brother was killed, which is Esther Masare, and no justice, no benefit. Up to now, the children, the little girl, every one of them, they're not going to school, nothing.
Okay. Okay.
Up to now, nothing can hear about it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's hold you then. Take this one from the Lone Star line. Oh, okay. That caller actually dropped off. So we go back to the orange line and take this. Good morning. Your name and where you call from? I'm sure you've been following the broadcast. Make your input.
Yeah, my brother, the first thing for the let
That's the
And,
question.
yeah, and at the end result, one of the things I want to know, the point of that capital building was the building boss or how? How did that happen?
Okay.
I just wanted to know if the, yeah, because the reason I'm asking for, bro, hello?
I hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so the reason I'm asking for is because for the day that building, that issue came out about the protest, that building was best for you. That building was best for you, but with different security. Those security, they were on that building, they were to that building behind it. And some of the things that surprised me small is that why is it for the time they arrested these guys there, they don't tell, tell them to quote the Tokina, whatever trial, whatever, or what have you, but they kept them on to on the line before they took the people and carried them. And you remember that you carried the people on Friday, Saturday, no quote. So that record they wanted to set by the reason that the first thing, president should be able to do different for some who are patriotic and because for us, I know what the word is or anything. Then they try to stop drinking where is that call for smokers.
Okay, let's hold it there. I think we'll stop the course for now. We'll go back to Solomon. Solomon, you've been listening quietly to the quarters. What's your take?
Well, I want to say many thanks to our callers and those who commented to our comment section as well. Uh, no, Liberia, we are very good. We pay attention to issue. We also are very, very uh, party minded. Whether the other one is doing good or the one not doing good, because we are part of that, we support it. But that will get Liberia nowhere. Um, of course, there are a lot of things out there. Other people say that they have recording of
Mm-hmm.
Bonatis' voice and things like that. There is no proof in that.
Mm-hmm.
We have AI. Most of the
Yeah.
time, you guys can be seeing either Yaga Koluba and President Waka dancing, or they having wrestling and things like that. And you look at the image, they look alike. There are a lot of stuff that AI can do, and even those who brought about AI, they say it is good and bad because they can use your own voice and AI will sound just like you. So people who say they are very, very sure that they have evidence,
Mm-hmm.
they still have a lot to prove. Not because somebody sounded like me, that mean that, oh yeah, that is a proof or whatsoever. So I want for our people to know that the case is still going, is on an investigation. Uh, the IG, it is their responsibility to prove the case, make sure that they have enough evidence to charge them. And once those people are charged, uh, when it is court time, they will bring their proofs. And then, of course, the defense lawyer and the prosecutor, they will go at it. And once they can prove their case, then of course, when they can prove the case beyond every reasonable doubt, that can be done. Some of the questions that people are asking, one of the reasons why we really don't get free and fair trials in Liberia most of the time is that we have a jury system here in the United States. I don't like to compare United States jury system and that of Liberia. When I was called to be on jury duty for this notorious drug law from Mexico, uh, we were sequestered when in fact we ask you, have you heard about this case before on TV or anywhere? And of course, if you have heard about it and you say yes, they will remove you from the jury. They will let you go. In Liberia, the way we have this system, they don't bring the juror on whenever there's a case. Those people, they are set people and they have been there around. Uh, Anybody can bribe them. Anybody can say anything to them, and they can do whatever they want to do because the way in which we set up our jury system, um, and all of these been people discussing. Of course, those juries, the hearing, uh, whatever people are saying on radio. So let's wait until those proofs are given and look at the outcome of it. Again, uh, this case is a political case. It has been a political case. Even the one that was not political case, which was the constitutional violation, they made it into a political case because it was involving lawmakers. And when when the building got on fire, we have not gotten any proof, any evidence, or any comment that the people responsible, or the two sets or three sets or more sets of law enforcement agencies, whether they are uh, Capitol Building security or private security or immigration or the Liberian Police Department, those people that are on ground that were uh, taking care of the Capitol building, uh, they should be held accountable, and so that they can give reasons why. And if they were not capable enough to protect our historic building, and of course, all of those people should be removed from their positions, including the RG and what have you. You don't make the country vulnerable like that, especially when you say you are security and you are there to protect lives and property. Uh, Here in this country, the IG would have been gone. All the other people that are connected to the IG that were on ground, those people will be forced to resign. And of course, if they are implicated in the case, they will come to defend where were they and what happened and what have you. But in Liberia, no, we put our own 1, 2, 3 together. That oh well, uh, the other people they burn it because whatever reason, or we can set them up. But then people who what was the purpose of people removing desk from this other office? Uh, was a Capitol building designed so that anytime you have problem you remove desk to carry to kind of location? No, what was the purpose? So there are a lot of things that we need to look up to. Again, Liberian people, this government making us to believe that they don't believe in the rule of law, and for this reason, many of us we don't trust whatever evidence they're going to give. We consider it as being biased or witch hunting, or again, in my understanding or what I know about Liberian politics, is trying to silence the main opposition party, and this is what's going on. So we'll see. Alio.
Okay. Aliu? Aliu, you stay there? I don't know, but
Yeah,
I'm not.
so that's it. Where would the mommy thing for me?
Mhm.
The way I didn't know that she accepted the gift, all of those things first, and then everything. No, we're not hearing you.
We're not hearing you.
So when everything was going on, and after somebody convinced her to vote for them, so that she decided to change her mind. So uh, sad.
Aliu, you listen to the chorus, and I think he's giving me signal that he's
We're not hearing you, Ali.
we're
We're
not
not
hearing.
hearing you. No, no, no. We're not hearing you. Go back and come in. Yeah, let me see. We not say your picture not good. We say we're not hearing you.
Not hearing you. Okay, I think he left. But
Maybe he's gonna come back in.
we got few more minutes to close up. So
Okay.
I want you to give a parting comment. while we stay with Aliu.
Well, thank you very much, and then many thanks to our callers. I know that Liberia does not like strong opposition.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Okay, thank you. Yes, thanks to all the callers for taking their time to call on the show. Solomon, you just said it all. We cannot compare America to that of Liberia
Never.
because what happened in Liberia there, if that was America, Gregory Cohen by now, they finish fire him. That's the first thing. They finish fire him. Because UK
Ahmed, don't spoil our ear. Ali, go off.
You gotta go
Yeah,
out.
yes, yeah.
The background is noisy. Okay.
Yeah, so as I was saying, we
Right.
cannot do that. They don't like strong opposition. And from the True Party Day, it's still going on. So we need to be very careful. The trap that is setting for the opposition party, they should be very careful how to set in to get in that trap. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Okay. Aliu is back.
Hold on. Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, definitely.
Better.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Yeah,
passing.
as I was saying, I said just as Solomon said, if that was America by now, Gregory Coleman had been fired. That's the first thing. So the caller like call, oh, Gregory Coleman know where he doing. Yeah, that higher we think in Liberia. Because just as Solomon said, you can say the building is protected. So where were those security? People came they took cheers on the building before the building could get burned. They just you say are hearing from that some security were investigated because since the whole incident been happening, I haven't heard one day according to Gregory Coleman, 65% were arrested for investigation. So those other people who know investigation were done under closed door, it was not made to the public. Besides those people from Fonati Kofa office, that the only people that under investigation were made public. So that is Liberia for us. That how you we think. That's why we say the system we have here, you people don't have it. The way we think, the way we see things. Some of you don't see it like that because you're not even follow international news. If that was America, they now fire Gregory Coleman. All those security that were assigned over there, some of them had lose their job. There are so many things that were going to happen. But you can see the Capitol building got burned. The next day, the president just said they was on awesome. This is not a place for gangsters and hooligans. The president had already politicized the whole thing. So if Gregory Coleman said this thing is highly political, yes. So it's just something that the whole thing is a political case. You see, Gregory Coleman now, the Chief Justice, they cannot do anything that will not go in line with what the president said that they was on awesome. So for Natiko Fane, they really need to get good lawyers. They need to stand firm. Because the president has politicized this thing and everything Gregory Coleman is doing is in line with what the president said. In any serious manner, culture and the serious manner government, but now President Boyka, if you are not into the removal of the speaker, he the one master manner the whole thing, Gregory Coleman should have been going finish fire him ever since. And one caller says something. Everything that happening in that culture, you have to be very careful. God forbid. If anything happen, Gregory Coleman they get a green card, then they get a passport, then they will be sitting in America. Our people will be totally bundled here and there. God forbid, this is what we pray against. So if people leave from America, other part of the world, they can't to serve the government, and you see they doing things that will cause chaos, that will undermine the peace and the stability. Not because you are a sedition, not because you are a unity party partisan. You for ANC, you for CMC, you for LP. You say, oh yeah, that my party in power. Remember, some of these people, when something happened, they enter like American embassy, they will not reject them. The next day, you will see them sitting in America. You might get that one at the back of your mind. Myself, I can't Liberia today. As soon as they say, bang, I enter like embassy, you see me saying that in America, yeah. That one of the things you should know. And the person who said, oh, President, we are went and fired the late Dawson, he was working to the pool, that's a blatant lie. President Weah gave him job. He was a consultant in the port. You people, before you come out to say things, you man do some fight funding. And all these things, I don't want to go into the whole do issue because for me, I feel for them. They are mourning their mother. So I don't want to be talking much into it. Even though the daughter don't know that she mourning her mother, she want to bring politics into it. And this, so we standing by people advising her and to her man body in funeral home. She not thinking about it, but tomorrow she going to Spoon Network to go and say that to explain that somebody that even say feeding for her own man, or she feel that she mourning her man. Even when they invite you on Spoon, who post up to a bury your man, everything. Someone who is legally guided and minded, this is how they behave. You sat down over there, president. The former president went yesterday. He gave $5,000. They took that envelope. They gave it to you. You hold it. It was in your hand. The rest, everything they handed over to you. You couldn't say I want it. Well, only today you want it. Put politics into your mouth, baby. We will end it for you. We will tell you why your father did to our country today. Because you are not there, you are out of the country. You know some of these things. We will drag you on social media. You will get dragged before you bury your man. Try it. Don't put yourself together.
Open it up old wounds, eh?
We will drag that one. You will not come to us. If you think you can boo them a political leader or you can humiliate him, you and myself for it. I just watching. Go on Spoon tomorrow. Move on there. You will see me on social media. If you know that you mourning your man. So the whole thing about that whole case, Solomon, you said it all. We cannot compare America to Liberia. That case is a political case, and that is how it's going to go in favor of the president, unless Fonati is a seasoned lawyer, so they just need to get good lawyers. We also were happy from the beginning, and we'll see how the case is going. So, guys, thanks for the show. Thanks to all the callers. Till we can meet again. God bless America, and God bless Liberia. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Adios.
Thank you so much, Solomon. Well, folks, this is how we come to the end of this fascinating edition of the program, The Nighttime Spain, with me, Gerard Morris. Solomon Bakari from the United States was here, and also Aliou Masaleh from the United States of America was here. Until next Monday, when I will be in the seat again with another edition of the program, The Nighttime Spain. My name is Gerard Morris. Bidding you a goodbye from my end here this morning.
No side G.
International, baby. They say they want new press, so we